Today we're going to be gluing up some tops for next week's workshop, and we're going to be using a cool tool that we modified, built. I'll leave that up to you right here in the shop. Hey everybody, this is Matt and we're at Texas Toast Guitars. Thanks for watching. Today we're going to be gluing on some tops and they look pretty cool. This is one of them right here. This is actually a figured cherry top that I got a good deal on. We're going to be doing a hollow telly, a semi-hollow telly, and a semi-hollow strat. Notice I didn't say thin line because I'm not 100% sure what, I think the thin line is actually a trademark, but basically it's just a semi-hollow thing. So I got my body blanks prepped. These are basswood body blanks, and I've got all the hollowing done to them. This one is the telly one. I've also got my off-body alignment pins drilled in the back, or the main part of the body, and I've got them drilled in the top. Okay, so it's easy to do. You just line up your center lines, and because the templates are clear, you can kind of figure out exactly where you want them to go on the wood. So it's time to glue them up. So before we do though, I want to tape off the holes, the off-body alignment pin holes, so I don't get so I don't get glue in them. Okay? So the reason I don't want to get glue in them is because I want to use those holes later. Now I suppose, and my good friend Steve tells me that he actually just puts pins in there and then drills them out later. But I've been putting tape over them. It's not a big deal. You guys can, I'm sure you guys can figure out what you want to do. Okay, so for this next step, we're going to need our bodies, we're going to need some glue, and we're going to need a braiding tool. This is what I'm talking about. Now, I'm pretty sure I mispronounced it, okay? But because I'm a guitar builder and not a printer, I don't care, so don't worry though. There'll be plenty of people in the comment section telling me how to actually pronounce it. It's a roller, okay? And I think I got this one at like Michael's or Hobby Lobby or something. You can order them on Amazon. This one's neat because it's got squishy foam on it and you just rinse it out or not. And yeah, it's easy to do. So again, I'm probably mispronouncing it. I don't know. You guys will let me know. Frankly, I don't care. Okay, glue goes on. The glue always goes on the thickest piece. Okay, so if you're putting a veneer, even if it's a 1/4 inch thick veneer, glue always goes on the thickest piece. Further into that end, I want to get glue everywhere where it's going to actually stick. I don't want to smear glue on this thing and then have a bunch of glue area that's not actually sticking to anything. Okay, let me move the camera. I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right, so this isn't mustard, it's actually glue. And guys, it is hotter than blazes in the shop right now, so I gotta work quick. So there's not a lot of time for goofing around and dilly-dallying, okay? So that's why this roller is pretty handy. It allows me to get the glue on where I want it to go, and it allows me to do it quickly, and it allows me to keep it off of where I don't want it to go. I don't want it to go smearing into the cavity. You know what I mean? Again, I don't want a bunch of glue where I don't need a bunch of glue. Plus, these are both going to have F-holes, so I don't want to have you guys look in here and go, there's a bunch of glue in there. That's what you sound like. Okay. All right, so after I do that, after I get a nice bead all the way around, I kind of like to go around everything and just put a little moss glue in because it just makes me feel a little better. Okay, now I'm going to put my pre-sized pins in there. Get me top. Come on now. All right, it is at this point that you could either clamp it or you could put it in the bearing press. That's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna sneak it in the bearing press right now, and then I'm gonna do the strap because I'm actually going to glue them both down at the exact same time. which I think is gonna be super, super cool. You know, if you have clamps, it's very difficult to do this with, you know, just with a bunch of clamps, especially to do 2 at a time. So, you know, we've tried this all sorts of ways. Of course, we first started using clamps. If some of you guys have been around for some of my ancient videos, you might have seen me use drywall screws to do this. All these things work. We've had a vacuum pump and bag that worked reasonably well. But I tell you what, the converted bearing press is far and away my favorite tool for doing this. And you know, I really don't know why. It just is. Okay. Oh no, where's my other pin? Okay. All right, you tape blobs, you go away. So if I keep these holes mostly glue free, I can just tap the pins out after everything is done. Come on now. Oh, you son of a gun. You know what? Sometimes it doesn't work out for a ninja. Where's that son of a gun? I'm gonna have to push it out and then put it back in. Because I got greedy. Okay. All right, on to the bearing press. So I got my telly in here, and now I'm gonna sneak my strat in. The key to this operation is now, and has always been, these great big slabs of MDF. Because it keeps everything flat and allows me to, I'm getting tired. You guys, I'm really hot. Okay, tighten this guy down here. Make sure we're not on anything. I got some 2x4s that are just gonna press everything down and even out my force, okay? You can already start to see glue oozing out from these, from the basswood joining to the cherry, and it looks really good, okay? And I can't tell you, we're done by the way, I can't tell you how many bodies I have done with this press. It's a blue million of them. Okay, maybe it's not a million. It's definitely in the hundreds, gluing tops on in either workshops or just building guitars for you guys. And it has worked terrifically. We haven't changed anything with this. So if you're one of those guys who told us a couple years ago, that's never gonna work, this thing's gonna leak all over the place, blah, 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 you were wrong. So this system works great. This press we bought this at Harbor Freight. I think it was a couple $100. Let me tell you, I don't think it is possible to buy enough good clamps to do this for a couple $100, especially if you want those clamps to last you for, like I said, over 100 guitar bodies and still keep going and showing no signs of stopping. So great tool. Plus, if you need to push a bearing out of your bandsaw motor to put new bearings in your bandsaw, that sounds oddly specific, Matt. Did you have to do that? Yes. You already have a bearing press. So anyway, the other thing is, I think the record for number of bodies clamped, or number of tops attached to bodies with this machine is 8, I believe. I believe that number is 8. So yeah, it is very cool. You can do a lot of things all at once. And yeah, this thing is rad. I love it. So if you guys have been wondering, hey, I wonder if they still have that thing, or how do they glue on tops? Now you know. We don't do it the other ways anymore. We don't use screws anymore. We don't use clamps anymore. We don't use vacuum bags anymore. We use this bad dude. So hope you guys like this video. I'm obligated to let you know that if you liked it, hit the thumbs up. If you appreciate what I do, hit the subscribe button. If you want to help us out financially, go over to our Patreon page and become a member. Lots of good exclusive Patreon content over on Patreon. Somebody asked me a while ago, should I do a PayPal member or Patreon? Patreon. I'm trying to move everybody over to Patreon, okay? If you want to stay on YouTube, that's cool, but it works better for me. I just found out, use Patreon, okay? All right, guys, thanks for watching. Have a great week. We're going to be bringing you guys some neat stuff from this workshop that we're doing, so stick around, stay tuned. We've got good stuff coming your way, including these bad dudes. I think they're going to be super, super cool. Catch y'all later. Oh yeah, and if you're so smart, start your own YouTube channel. That's what I did.